Established for more than 50 years, the Agency of Francophonic Universities (AUF), with branch in Hanoi since 1993, has been supporting Vietnam in the process of establishing and developing quality and innovative French training programs, responding to the need of the international labor market. Regarding the growth in the number and diversity in the quality of French training programs, AUF realized the need to identify these programs, creating a truly international quality through a transparent system of evaluation for training programs in French available now in Asia Pacific. This program is based on strict criteria and are placed under the censorship of the Scientific Council. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC 10 Net Viet. Today we welcome the Director of the Asia Pacific AUF, Mr. Olivier Garreau, and he will share with us about the new standard that's been applied for French-speaking programs in Vietnamese universities in order for the graduates from these programs to be able to certify and join the international markets with their degree. Now we shall welcome him. Thank you, Mr. Olivier Garreau, so much for sharing Vietnam today. So first of all, can you share with us some of the main training programs of French programs here in Vietnam?
Okay. Bon, alors les formations sont...
In the talk today, I'd like to emphasize on those master training programs in French of Vietnam, since this is the main focus of the quality assessment to be applied to. These French training programs in Vietnam existed in many fields and streams, including law and legislation, science and technology. As we have the example in today's event, the master degree in IT of the French Institute of Informatics and besides are the master degrees in construction and others in the field of linguistics. In summary, we are proud to have French training programs in almost every field possible. I always think highly of these training programs, since they are mostly joint programs with the quality to be supervised and committed by the European partner universities. These programs enable graduate certifications that are recognized in Europe, especially in France and Belgium.
With establishing these certifications, well, can you share about the reasons behind the formations of this certification?
As you know, we are now living in a globalizing context for Vietnam in specific and in the whole world generally. There is a competitive environment between training and educational programs in the objective to attract the most participation of students, sometimes regardless of the training program's quality. So nowadays, we're having many options in training programs out there. Many are good quality, but there are some with low quality. This causes our consciousness. As a result, we like to form this quality evaluation system assessed by the authorized Scientific Council. This ensures that students are participating in quality programs and they could then integrate easily with the world during and after their study and can build a strong career from what they have been educated.
Will these standards be applied into another French program in other countries, I mean in international context?
This quality system is going to be applied to all 27 master programs available and supported by AUF.
What are the criteria for universities in Vietnam in order to achieve these standards?
We assess these training programs according to three aspects. Firstly, their graduate certificate would be recognized in ASEAN and Europe, including 57 member nations and territories. Secondly, regarding the training languages, with 70% of the overall teaching curriculum is in French. This will be used in overall learning and teaching process. But since we highlight on the international aspect of the program, we require the teaching program to include English, which is the language that could be used in all around the world. So graduates should be fluent in both languages. The third aspect is the multicultural aspect of this program, reflected by the diverse nationalities of the staffs and lecturers, and so do the students in this program. Overall, to ensure students are engaged and become adaptable to the multicultural environment.
And now, before continue on with our talk, we want to invite the viewer at home to take a look at the certificate giving for the national universities in Vietnam from AUF. Recently, on the 21st of July, the first accredited training program has been awarded by the Asia-Pacific Regional Office of AUF to the master degree in Information Technology of the French Institute of Informatics, IFI, under National University of Vietnam. Accordingly, students studying for the master degrees in Information Technology of IFI received a dual graduate certification from the receiving facility and the partner university in France. The university-level partners involved in these training programs include Vietnam National University, University of La Rochelle, France, and University of Claude Bernard Lyon, 1, France. Students attending this program are taught in 2 languages at the same time, mostly in French and English in parallel.
Nó ghi nhận về mặt chất lượng, nó là một cái khẳng định, một sự công nhận về đây là một cái tổ chức có ảnh hưởng quốc tế rất là lớn. Và các chương trình này cũng đã được chính AOF đã có những cái đầu tư hỗ trợ trong một thời gian khá dài, và nó cũng đánh dấu một cái chặng đường phát triển của IFI. Thì cái mà đem lại được cho chương trình đào tạo này và cũng như người học, đấy là một cái uy tín quốc tế, một sự công nhận quốc tế, và theo đó thì các cái văn bằng mà các học viên được nhận thì cũng sẽ dễ dàng hơn trong cái được xã hội biết đến. Quan trọng là được cộng đồng quốc tế, những người tuyển dụng, những người sử dụng trên thế giới biết đến, và tôi nghĩ rằng đó là một cái lợi ích tốt nhất mà các học viên sẽ được thu nhận được từ sự công nhận này.
With an international qualified degree, universities in Vietnam will become attractive destinations for students from all over the world to join in studying, but these universities must undergo a process of rigorous assessment to achieve a 4-year expiration certification and will be assessed again before deciding to renew. In addition to the quality factor, this certification also ensures the international integration and multicultural factor of these master programs in French, which are supported by AUF in Asia-Pacific region. Accordingly, from now until 2017, all of these training programs are required to improve its conditions in order to be recognized, but more importantly, able to continue to operate. And can you share with our viewers the process of forming and discussing about the criteria for schools in order to get this certification?
The process of establishing and forming this quality evaluation system has happened for nearly 2 years now. It is considerably a long process of working, discussing and meeting our partner universities in all over the world to be able to come up with this system of quality criteria as I have presented to you today. In the discussions, we brought some of the most typical models in training programs of the French-speaking communities institutes. from which we picked out some criteria that fit into the context and conditions of universities in Vietnam.
You know, I believe that many viewers at home will have the questions that with so many existing French training program in Vietnam, why is it the only first one that being able to achieve this certification?
After looking the profiles of the French training programs in Vietnam, we have discussed and evaluated all of them during our last evaluation in October last year. We recognized that the master degree in information technology of IFI of Vietnam National University is well deserved, since it is a high-quality training program and ticked all of our criteria. The reason for it being the only one awarded, as I mentioned and said, is diversity of the quality of training program in French existing in Vietnam. However, it does not mean that all other French training programs in Vietnam are bad, since it is very difficult for everyone to achieve all of the criteria of this quality evaluation system, especially at the point of time in Vietnam. I think French institutes in Vietnam still need more time to improve their teaching curriculum and make some changes in order to take all of the requirements.
And so with these existing results, that mean that not every training program in French in Vietnam now being able to achieve the standard that international market would require. Can you share some of your advice for the Vietnamese training program in order to achieve these standards?
I see so many programs in Vietnam does not provide dual graduate certification. Particularly for many French institutes in Vietnam, the Vietnamese university is not listening its certification. They all must know that receiving the degree from a French university or other European university is not good enough for our students, especially those international students from France, England, or Spain. They come to Vietnam to study, and so they hope to receive the degree recognized by Vietnam's educational system. So I think for this master, French institutes here have to work more with the Vietnamese partner universities and the Vietnamese government to come up with the agreement indicates the dual graduate certificate for French training programs here in Vietnam. That is the first and foremost problem. The second suggestion for French training programs here is to develop and combine more English training into the curriculum so that students can build a fluency in this international language. We are very confident and trust in the ability of these programs in Vietnam that from now until 2017, there will be at least 30 training programs able to receive this award.
Thank you, Mr. Olivier, so much for all of your sharing today. And I hope that with this certificate, many of the Vietnamese students will have more opportunities after graduating from French learning program. And that's the end of Sharing Vietnam today. Thank you so much for watching us. Any questions and recommendation, please email at sharingvietnam@vtc.vn. Thank you and see you again.